Hi all, welcome to episode number 9 of the Trading to Glory. This episode definitely taking a different turn. The transfer list is starting to get a bit full and we kind of seriously need to rinse a lot of coins. Now this method I would say is handy for those that keep a lot of stuff spare, because it's handy for like SBCs if they suddenly go up dramatically, and this is what we'll show you in the video. So we can smash links, would be awesome. Sub to the channel if you're new, follow me on Twitter at @GIsALegend. All the links are down below for posting the channel and social media links as always. Now basically the transfer list is just shy of 100 players, so I have completely got to go through it. I'm basically going to go through everyone that's there, and there's some good deals that initially if I'd kept them, if I'd sold initially I might have only got like 400 or 500 coins, but because we've kept them either through buying them cheap or through packing them, we've now noticed that some of these players just sell for that little bit more premium coins, like Raffle-offs like 1.3, 1.5k. So that right away, for buying them at 300, we're practically making nearly 1,000 coins. Donsa's one that I did not expect to be suddenly so expensive. Like we've got a couple of him, and he's 1.5k. Now, at the time of this, obviously prices may be fluctuated a little bit, so be wary of this, but always be wary of what's on your transfer list, but also within your club. Now we're only focusing on rinsing the transfer list solely because we wanted to get the coins up. Now, with Murillo, and didn't realise he was like over 3k. That was like seriously good coinage, and I thought, I've got to take it. You have to take those coins. Like Donsa for 1.5, I ain't gonna knock it. Now the reason why I'm trying to show some of the players is because it at least gives you an idea of what they're going for, especially the ones that are at least say 1,000 coins. You want to at least make sure of these, because you don't want to be listing up for 500 coins and be like, oh, somebody's sniped it for 500 coins. You might in your head think, oh, that's great, he's sold. But if you've not checked these players, then you may be losing out on decent coinage. That's kind of what the premise of this is. Like we're at 290k just now. By the time we completely clear the transfer list, I will say that I will probably be a little bit lower than I should be, because I'll have bought other stuff by the time I finish. Like informs, for example, I was in the gym this morning, so I've bought a couple of informs, so the coin return will be a little bit lower than what it would have been basically. So if I was at 290, say by the time I clear this I could have been like 340 or 350, we might end up about 320, 330, so just to give a heads up with that. But most of this stuff generally does sell for like Yoshida, like as long as the bigger leagues tend to sell for that little bit extra, so it's like 500, 600 coins, just because of their nation and position. But like, it's always worth checking, like, because people are very commonly putting up players in SBCs. So like Lokemi, I've noticed his price constantly fluctuated. I've seen days where he is like 400, 500 coins, then he has like days where he's suddenly like 1,000, and I'm like, what is going on here? And at times I think now he's kind of settled to like that 500 coin mark. But I always like to I just like to make sure the reason why I'm also doing this is so that you are aware of, as I said, where stuff is. Like I'd rather clear the transfer list stuff out, but keep the stuff in the club, because I'm not really that fussed of offloading stuff within the club. Like yes, I could be sitting on 20 players that are 10,000 coins that are either extinct or whatever it may be. Like I'll get through the rares as well, but we'll do the non-rares first, because I'd just like to work that way, like get through the non-rares, because most of the rares especially will be like quick sales, so it's not exactly going to dent the coins. So it's just more a case of like getting through everything. Like Ritz, he was quite a common card in SBCs. Like Blashikovsky, I probably should have sold him before yesterday, but we live and learn as it was. But most quick sale like stuff generally for like these low rated cards is like 400 coins. If it's a pointless league, pointless positions and pointless nations, all that type of stuff, if it's something that's never going to sell, it's generally going to be like a 400 coin sale. Like, but I always still like to make sure before I sell them that if I'm suddenly got a player that sells for a little bit extra, you never know that you might be sitting on that player that's in your club. Like that, like as I said, like Murillo, 3k, the Donsers 1.5, Siderchuk 1k, they are what kind of keeps you ticking over. Like, yes, it may not be great coins we're making, but if the transfer profit and the coin tally is going up, then I would say I am pretty satisfied with progress, and it's just a case of kicking on from here and then seeing where we go, because end of the day we want to kind of work on building up these coins, get the transfer budget kind of in a much stronger position where we can focus heavily on getting the informs in from Team of the Week 5 this week, but also trade with a lot of the informs like Gundogan, Pjanic, so we'd be at least sorted. Like, I'm going to check Jansch anyway, but I'm not going to sell some of these 76, all the 76 rated. If they're like 350, 400 on some of them, I'd rather not offload them. Like if I know they're at least a decent nation, a decent league. Like in Jansch's case, he's obviously got the marquee matchups for Dortmund and Mönchengladbach. But if obviously because they're not always needed, but because of that club, sometimes they just have a little bit of an increase in value, and you can just sell at a later time and day. But most pointless leagues, you'd rather just like get them. It's like get them out, because end of the day, like I am quite bad for letting the transfer list build up, and I'm like, oh, I've got stuff. I need stuff to sell. Like I need to keep the coins kind of flowing, make it all work, and then we just keep ourselves ticking over, and it just keeps it keeps me happy, keeps everything else like flowing. So we'll see how it progresses, and we'll just take it from there. That Blake for 2k, that is good coinage. I didn't even realise he was going for like 2k. That's what I will take to the bank every day of the week. There must be a reason why he's like. Why would he be 2k? There must be a reason. I bet he'll go up like so dramatically in value. Like now that I've like been checking him, like I'll probably list him like too cheap. Like, even though he's like 2.2 or 2.3, whatever it may be, I bet the time I go and like list him, he'll crept up a little bit higher. That'll drive me mad. But we'll get there in the end. But still some like easy like Dem I would have thought would go for a little bit, but he like for some reason he just does not go up like at all. It's just a strange, like some of these are strange, like how they just do not go up in value. Of Pinola, I'll probably deal with him later. Not rushing to really offload everyone. Cabasela, we overspent on him actually. I think we bought him for something. I'm trying to remember what we bought him for. But I'm not complaining, we'll get him offloaded, still make profit. Like 600 coins, it's like 20 coins or something after tax. Gudmundson's a couple hundred, so I'm not too fussed. But these are like I call them bread and butter profits. That's what they are to me. If I've spent 350, 400 coins on a player, and if I know I can double my money or close to double my money, I'm happy. But I don't want to offload everyone like at like certain ratings, like the 80 rated, because they're always handy for SBCs. Like with the rares, most will probably be like quick sale, sadly, but I'll still go. I'll quick sell them anyway, just to kind of at least show that what we're still making. Like Pozzello is probably going to be like the limit, like Pozzello, Ake Bender, those type of players, because we're not really wanting to. Like 80 rated always feels like good SBC use. If they're not sitting there, if they're just going to sit there doing nothing, I'd rather just get them out the club and just keep the coins flowing, because for me, I'm one that can be quite bad for. I bought the player, but I'd be like, oh, I've not swapped it around. Like this is what I did before all this recording. I wanted to get rid of the players that have been bought initially, and then swapped them for like tradable versions. Like Varina goes for like 1.1k, 1.2, so I was like quite happy. Cheryshev, he's like 1.2, 1.3 because of the whole like marquee matchups and out of pack, so I might as well take the coins now. So some of these ones, some of the rares at least go for a little bit. Some of the rares that generally do go up a little bit as well in the lower end are players that are in like SBCs, like advanced SBCs. Like Asagio, he goes for at least a little bit, and it never hurts. Like Roa, he's quick sell, but like guys like Chadley and Diaz, these are the type of players when I get to them, they are like handle little extra bits of profit as well. Because at the end of the day, even if you can sell them at 700 coins, it's still a bit of profit. It may only be like 60 coins profit, but at the end of the day, it just keeps everything ticking over rather nicely, and I'm not going to complain about it. Like, if I know they don't sell, I'd rather just get rid of them because I don't see the point in keeping them. So, as you can see, the pages are getting thinner and thinner, so hopefully coins are starting to blossom up quite nicely, which they appear to be. So I'm pretty chuffed with that. So we've got some sales already from the silvers, the rares, some of the main golds, and even had some silvers in the club as well, so that's not too shabby. So looking not too bad. So we went from like 97 to 77, and then obviously all the sales in total. So we got 4 Pjanics that we were trading with. Chiesa, Vidal, they all kind of sold for their prices that we listed up for. But all in all, I am pretty chuffed that the coin tally, just to say as well, that to be pretty much 325k now is a lot healthier than sitting at 290. That's the way I'm looking at it. It would have been near 340, but I got a Weston McKennie this morning, being one of the informs that I got cheap. So to be nearly, I would have been basically 340k. That kind of shows that we had like 45k sitting in that transfer list, doing like 50k sitting in the transfer list doing nothing, and we've managed to clear it out, which is, in my opinion, some good coins. And we've still got a lot of stuff sitting spare, like quite a few informs, decent 81s, 83s, etc. So that's not too shabby. As I said, folks, something a little bit different for the theme of the video. Let me know in the comments down below if you've been clearing your transfer list. Smash like always, sub to the channel if you're new, and I'll catch you all later.